Tony stared at her in disbelief. His chest rose and fell rapidly, like his heart was trying to escape from his ribcage. "Talk, Veronica! I said talk!" Veronica wiped her nose with the back of her hand, her voice barely above a whisper. "Vivian's father was someone I met at a conference in Port Harcourt." Tony staggered back a little, like the wind had been knocked out of him. "So not only did you cheat, you traveled for it." "It wasn't planned," she said quickly. "I was depressed, confused. After Kelvin was born, I thought you'd finally be happy. But you were distant. You hardly touched me. I felt alone. I made a mistake." Tony let out a loud, bitter laugh. "Mistake? Another mistake? You're 2 mistakes in already, Veronica. Tell me about Debbie. Or should I guess?" Veronica hesitated. This was the hardest one. She swallowed hard, the truth threatening to choke her. "Debbie's father is Malik," she said finally. Tony frowned. "Who is Malik?" Veronica closed her eyes, the shame crushing her. "One of our Togolese servants." Tony's body stiffened. "What?" His voice dropped to a whisper. "Our servant? You slept with Malik?" Veronica fell to the floor, head bowed. "I didn't mean for it to happen. It was just once. You were away in Abuja for 2 weeks. I was lonely, hurting. I don't even know how it started." Tony's fists clenched so tightly his nails dug into his palms. His face flushed, veins bulging from his forehead. "You slept with a man who washes our cars and mops our floors? It was a terrible mistake. Please forgive me." Tony turned away, walking to the window. He flung it open, letting the cold Banana Island breeze hit his face. For a long moment, silence. Then, hollowly, he asked, "Do they know, these men, do they know they fathered my children?" Veronica shook her head. "No, none of them. I never told anyone. Only you." Tony closed his eyes. For 12 years, he thought he was the one carrying a painful secret. But now, Veronica's betrayal made his own silence feel like a scratch beside a bullet wound. "I loved you," he said quietly. "I stood by you even when I knew something was wrong. I thought my secret would die with me. But you played me, Vero. You used me." Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Tony turned sharply. "Who's knocking at this time of night?" Veronica stood, startled. I don't know." Another knock, louder this time. Tony walked slowly to the door, opened it, and froze. Standing under the dim hallway light was Malik, fidgeting nervously. "What do you want?" Tony barked. Malik lowered his gaze. "Olga, I'm sorry, but I need to speak with you. It's important." Tony looked back at Veronica, who trembled. "What is it, Malik?" Malik swallowed hard. "It's Debbie. She's been coughing blood. I thought it was nothing, but now," she collapsed. Tony's eyes widened. "What?" "She's in her room. I carried her there." Without thinking, Tony dashed past him toward the children's quarters. Veronica ran barefoot behind him, panic in her steps. But in Debbie's room, something even more terrifying awaited them. They rushed in. Debbie lay unconscious on the bed, barely breathing. Veronica let out a cry of horror. "My baby! Tony, please, do something!" Without a word, Tony scooped the girl into his arms and bolted to the garage. Veronica tried to follow, but her knees gave out. She crumbled to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Malik stood frozen. "Olga, should I call ambulance?" Tony didn't respond. "Don't say a word. Just open the gate." Hours later, in the waiting area of a private hospital, Veronica paced, restless. Tony sat still, stone-faced. The doctor emerged, concerned. "She's stable," he said. "But we need further tests." Her blood group doesn't match the father's on record. Tony's voice was low. I'm not her biological father. The doctor paused. Then we'll need the real father's details. It could be critical. Veronica froze. I don't know his blood type, she whispered. Tony turned to her, stunned. You don't even know the blood group of the man you had a child with? Veronica had no answer. Tears streamed down her face. Just then, Malik returned with a small envelope. I've been keeping something, he said. I don't know if it's my place, but you should see this. Tony opened the envelope. Inside was Debbie's real birth certificate. In the space for the father's name, it wasn't Malik's. It was Dr. Donald. Tony's hands trembled. Donald? The same Donald who fathered Kelvin? Veronica gasped. I didn't know. I thought it was just that once. But maybe it happened again. I don't know. Tony's voice rose. So you didn't even know who fathered your child? You lied again? That night, the house was silent. Tony sat in the living room in the dark. Memories returned, especially a phone call he'd overheard years ago. Veronica and her friend Grace. Veronica, this secret will ruin you one day, the voice had warned. He had ignored it then. Now he understood. He picked up his phone. Detective Sewell. I need a background check. On Dr. Donald. And a woman named Grace. I'll send you the details. Veronica heard him and rushed in. Tony, please, don't involve the police. I was trying to protect you. Tony stared at her. No, Veronica, you were trying to protect yourself. You didn't care about me. Or this family. Moments later, his phone rang. It was the detective. Sir, Dr. Donald left the country 6 months ago. But we found records of monthly transfers from your wife to his account. Tony felt sick. She was paying him? Yes, sir. He was blackmailing her. Tony dropped the phone. Before Tony could react further, there was another knock on the door. He opened it, and there stood a woman he hadn't seen in years. Grace. I think it's time you knew everything, she said. Veronica rushed out. Grace, no, please. But Grace stepped in, eyes locked on Tony. Veronica wasn't just cheating, she said coldly. She was part of something bigger. An illegal fertility ring. Dr. Donald ran a secret program, helping desperate women get pregnant without their husbands ever knowing. They called it silent surrogacy. And yes, Veronica paid to be part of it. Tony staggered back, eyes wide. You mean all 3 children were never mine? And she planned it that way? Grace nodded slowly. Yes. Tony didn't speak. He just turned, picked up his car keys, and looked at Veronica for the last time. I'm done. Keep the house, the cars, everything. But I'm walking away, and I'll never look back. Veronica collapsed to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Tony walked out into the cold Banana Island night, alone, betrayed, and broken. The house that once stood for love, trust, and family had crumbled under the weight of too many lies. But this story wasn't over. Because the real truth, the one that started long before the marriage, and involved people Tony never suspected, was still hidden in the dark. And someone was about to make sure Tony found it. To be continued. Next on Irahtides. Tony receives a mysterious message from an unknown number. Someone who claims to know the real reason Veronica joined the surrogacy ring. What he discovers pulls him into a deeper web of betrayal, medical fraud, and secrets that could destroy more than just his past. It could endanger his life. Watch out for part 3, as more shocking truths are revealed, and we finally uncover what becomes of Tony and Veronica's once happy home, and their shattered marriage. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Irahtides if you haven't already. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, so you'll always know when a new story is posted.